Hey family, what's going on? Time for me to do a video. Got some time driving on this highway. Traffic kind of backed up, so I got some time. I had my third day of orientation at Overlake. It was nice. It was okay. No wrong, but good. Um, so I came on here to talk about marriage. Um, some of us are married, some of us aren't, some of us probably shouldn't be. That's neither here nor there, nor is it my business. I'm on here to talk about it because I'm married. Everybody knows the story of me and my husband, so I'm not going to have to go into all that. But I would say this: marriage and relationships. In every relationship, there is a strong force and there is a weak force. Now, that's a perfect balance because you can't have two strong forces, okay? You have to have, somebody has to be a little weaker than the other, or you have to have a smart person, or maybe both of them are smart. Now, my relationship, I'm smart. In life, I'm smart, but I'm not gonna brag on myself right now. It's not all about me right now. It's about marriage. I don't like that saying where they're like, oh, well, who wears pants and this and that and the other. Nigga, I wear pants. I've been wearing pants for years. It has nothing to do with me being authoritative or aggressive or anything like that, even though I am. But that has nothing to do with it. I wear pants because I like to wear pants. I like to keep my legs covered because I be cold, okay? That's why I wear pants. My husband wears pants because men are supposed to wear pants. They're not supposed to wear dresses. A woman can wear a dress or pants. I just choose to wear pants. Anyway, pants, when they, pants are just a clothing item to me. It doesn't really mean anything. But society, says something different. But anyway, in our marriage, me and my husband, I'll talk about us. I am aggressive. I am strong. I am authoritative. My husband is also, okay? And I know when to stand back and let him take control. Just like he knows when to stand back and let me take control. See, our marriage is a partnership. We didn't go into it where like he's the head of the house and all that, or I'm the head of the house and he's the head of the, we're not Christians, okay? We're not Christians. Let's just make that clear. So we don't go by that foolish mantra. We are partners. We are equals. We both rule the house. We both rule the children and do the child rearing. We both cook dinner. We both wash the dishes. We both have jobs. Okay? And we love each other. And we love our family. And we love our children. And we do whatever we can to help our family. Now, if somebody in our family gets out of line, we put them in their place. And depending on the severity of the getting out of line, we might choose to not deal with them. Still love them, and if they're blood, they're still family, so we can't separate it, but we do what we do. Now, me and my husband are, equal. Now, and when it comes to certain stuff, like, okay, I'm not technically inclined. I can type on a computer, I can send emails, I can do all that other kind of stuff. But when there's a problem, that's my husband's forte. That's his field of expertise. So I'm like, babe, this computer, like, if I throw it out the window here, fix it, handle that. And he handles it. because I don't know how to do that. He does. He's very, very technically inclined, very intelligent, my husband, if I must say so myself. So with that, he handles that. Mechanically inclined, he is that as well. He'll fix a car. He knows how to fix cars by just going on YouTube and understanding, and watching the video and seeing what they do, and he goes and does it, and it works. He's very smart with that also. So I let him handle that. Now, can I fix a car? I probably could watch a video on YouTube and do the same thing. But I don't have to, because that's what he's there for. So, and he enjoys doing it, so I let him do it. Go right ahead. Excuse me. If it is something that he cannot fix, then he'll let me know, and then, okay, we just got to go and pay the mechanic. Not a big deal. Because I don't expect him to know everything, just like he doesn't expect me to know everything. That would be fair. And if I am anything but life, if I am anything in life, I am fair. I am very fair. I just try to be fair, because when things are going unfairly, when one person has more than the other, then it's like, feelings come up. One person might feel some type of way or what have you, and it's just not harmonious. It doesn't make for a comfortable home environment or work environment or what have you. So when you're fair, everybody feels like they're getting their fair share, and everything is somewhat equal, then that's good. Or they're getting what they actually put in. Now, if you put in 40%, but the other person put in 60%, you're not going to get 50. You're going to get 40, because that's what you put in. So that's fair. So, with that being said, marriage is about fairness. It's about compromise. It's about, give and take. One person should not be taking more than they're giving, and vice versa. Communication is key. You need to talk to each other. You need to understand each other. You don't have to agree with each other. And that's where a problem comes in, because if, someone says, say for example, okay, say you have a friend, the female, okay, say you have a male friend, because maybe, growing up or whatever, you had male friends. I know growing up I had male friends, I had some female friends, but a lot of them fell off. But then I acquired male friends, and I wasn't doing no hanky-panky or nothing with them. They was just my friends, and that's what it was. It was straight platonic. I also had boyfriends, and when I broke up with them, they were my friends. We were still cool with each other. Was no hanky-panky going on, but we was just still cool with each other, and we were still friends. So, with that being said, say you have male friends, okay, and say you get with somebody, and that certain somebody, female, gets with a male, you guys start dating, talking, whatever, and it gets serious and all that, and, excuse me, he knows that you have male friends. You might have said something about them, or, whatever, in passing, or, what have you, whatever. And just say, one day you're sitting around, you're on your phone, maybe your man's at work, or maybe he's hanging out with his friends, or what have you, and you text your male friend on the phone, be like, hey, what's up, how you doing, this and that, haven't heard from you in a while, and he's like, hey, how you doing, whatever, and, you guys say a couple of words, and that's it, and it's done. Say, like, the next day or so, your, significant other says, hey, babe, can I use your phone? My phone is dead, or my phone, I left my phone or something, and they just want to use your phone. I'll say, okay, problem. Go ahead, go get it, whatever. And, you don't lock it. Your phone's not locked. So they go get the phone and they, use it for what they maybe made a call or something to someone. And then they get off it. But they go and they start looking through your Facebook messages or your Snapchat or your Messenger or whatever. And they see the conversation that you had with that person. Maybe it was a text, like you text your friend, and so that way they can see the conversation. So they see the conversation. And, all of a sudden they get mad. And it's like, wait, you were talking to so-and-so? Or they don't say that. They say, were you? They ask you. They already know the answer to the question. They're trying to set you up. Were you talking to so-and-so? I'm like, yeah, that's my friend. This and that. Well, what were you guys talking about? Nothing. Just asking him how he was doing. He asked me how I was doing. That's it. And, oh, well, why are you calling him? This and that and the other. And cops an attitude. And you're like, wait a minute. That's my friend. Like, he was my friend before you and me got together even. Yeah, but you used to date him. And so I used to. I'm not now. I'm with you. What's the problem? Oh, I just don't think it's right. And this and that and the other. Well, my question is, what's wrong? What's wrong? Because you knew that this person was my friend before we got together, and while we were getting together, because I told you who my friends were, so you knew. Now, you might have not known him personally, but you knew I had a friend, by that name, and that was that person. Wasn't a problem then. But just because I texted him and said, hey, how are you doing? And he texted me back, and we had a little bit of a conversation that was strictly platonic, no funny business about it. You cop an attitude. Okay, that's just telling me that that person is insecure. They have some insecurities about themselves. Maybe they don't think that they're attractive enough. Or maybe they don't think that they're smart enough. Or maybe they don't think that they're as, quote unquote, manly, built as that other person. So they have some low self-esteem, about themselves, which makes them insecure. That, in any way, shape, or form, is not your fault. That is something that what is your fault, female, is that you should have picked up on that before you got serious with that person. And if you did, if you found yourself always having to pay that person compliments, or always having to say something to make that person feel better, or always coming to their rescue, or always defending them, or always protecting them, or always picking up the slack where they fall short, that's a problem. That's a problem, and that's a person you should not be with. That is not a good thing. That is not a good thing. My husband, for example, my husband's from Brooklyn, okay, but he grew up in Miami, Florida. So he might have some street smarts, but I'm really the one that's street savvy. So, now, he, he might be short in some areas, but that's where I come in and I pick up the slack. Because I know that I'm short in some areas, and that's where he comes in and picks up the slack. So it's equal. But when you have a person that you always, gotta take up for, gotta stick up for, gotta talk for, gotta speak for, gotta think for, gotta do for, all the time, you're gonna get tired of that shit. You are gonna get tired of that shit. If you don't, something wrong with you. You're gonna get tired of that shit. And when it starts off, it might be like, okay, whatever, I'm not tired of it, but it's going to wear thin after a while. Trust me, it always does. Even to the best of us, it does. Then you're going to be miserable. And if you try to stay with the person, you're going to remain miserable. You're going to be miserable until you get rid of that person, until you stop being with that person. That's why I say in relationships, you should be with the person. I don't really believe in long extended engagements because I'm the kind of person like this. Now, me and my husband, we met this, that, third. I was with him for a year, over a year, and we got married. Now, some people might say, oh, that's too soon, this and that and the other. No. I'll tell you why my marriage didn't work with my husband and why we got divorced, and it wasn't because we got married soon. It wasn't. A year is pretty long anyway, but some people might think it's soon. But I'll tell you why. Me and my husband got a divorce because I was very stubborn, very spoiled, very strong-willed, and my husband didn't know how to handle that. He didn't know how to handle me. He wanted me, but he didn't know how to handle me. And he wasn't the type of man that my father was. I compared him to my father. I'm like, my father took care of my mom, so you should be able to take care of me. I wanted him to be like my father. Responsible, strong man, good man, take care of everything, this, that, and the other. And he's not that type of person. He's the type of person where he's like, okay, let's share the responsibilities. You do this, I do that. You do this, I do that. We both do this. And I just wanted to have my way. And so I would have to say the divorce was because he was lacking something that I wanted. And someone else picked up on that and stepped in and started taking over. So it was initiated, the breakup was initiated by me. Yeah, I have to be honest. It was initiated by me. Then, the second time we got back together, but it didn't work out. So that time it was initiated by him. He just didn't want to try. So it was, both of us had a part in our breakups. And I, admit my part, he admits his part. We know where we were wrong. We know where things dropped off, and we were young too. So, it just wasn't meant to be at that moment in time, but we got back together, and, we're together now. But if you are a female, you have male friends, and you had these male friends before you met this person, regardless of if you dated these male friends or you didn't, they're your friends, and there's no hanky-panky going on, then the person that you're with should not have a problem with your male friends. Also, the person that you're with should not be friends with your friends. Shouldn't do that. That's a bad, it's just not very smart. You shouldn't do that. My husband is cool, used to be friends, but they're not friends anymore. But my husband's not around this person anymore, so that's why I say they're not friends. But he's cool with the person. So you see him today, he'll, pound, hug, hey, what's up, bro? That type of thing. But he knew that person before I started dating that person. So, they were friends before me and him, started It would not be fair for you to tell your significant other, hey, you can't be friends with that person no more because I feel insecure because they make me feel like less of a man or less of a person or what have you. That's your own, so I was about to say something not nice. That's your own problem. You're going to have to handle that. You're going to have to fix that. You cannot dictate to me who my friends can be and who my friends cannot be. That's not going to work out because I'm not going to do that to you. And the same I do to you, I expect you to do to me. So it's not fair. It is not fair. Now, you should talk to the person that you're going to be with before you actually be with them. The night my husband invited me out for drinks. First night we met each other. I got off of work, invited me out for drinks. We went, shot a couple games of pool, had some snacks, had some drinks. We talked. What time did I get off of work? At 11? Yeah. We talked from midnight all the way until 7 o'clock in the morning. We talked about our life. We talked about our kids. We talked about our plans for the future. We talked about every single solitary thing. He knew, in that moment in time, he knew everything about me and I knew everything about him. No secrets, no qualms, no nothing. He knew everything. And that's the way it should be. Because when you put everything, you meet a person, you put everything out there on the table, then they know what to expect. They know what you expect. They know, things about you that they should know and vice versa. So there's no guessing games. There's no, oh, you didn't tell me that, or none of that going on. You will let the person know from the dick, okay? This is the way it is. This is how I am. This is what I want. This is what I do. They let you know the same thing. And everything is copacetic because you develop an understanding, okay? A lot of people don't do that. They quick to get into a relationship because they lonely or they just want to be with somebody or whatever, and they don't know nothing about that person, and that person don't know nothing about them, and then the relationship starts to go south and they wonder, oh, why is it like that? Because you didn't have the talk with that person. You didn't talk to them long enough. And when you're married, yes, you have to still communicate, of course, but at least you know the basic grounding of that person. You shouldn't be getting married and then trying to find out the basic grounding, because what happens if there is no grounding? Then you're going to have to divorce the person. Like, you shouldn't do that. Take your time. Get to know the person. Get to understand them. Get to know their little habits, their little quirks. So that way you can figure out what you can deal with, what you can't deal with, and what you won't deal with. You got to get to know the person. Don't be so quick to just be with somebody like that. They can be your boyfriend, your girlfriend, hell. You can even live with the person if you want to. But don't be so quick to marry, because that's not a good thing. It really is not. It's not. But marriage is, like I said, it's give and take. It's respect, it's integrity, trust, honesty, all of that. Communication rolled up into one. It's a lot, and it's a lot of work. Any relationship worth having is work, a lot of work. And marriage is a lot of work. But as long as you both go at it, together, and you're both, on the same page, you want to make it work, you want it to last, and everything, it will work. But you both have to be on the same page, and most of all, you have to respect one another. You have to respect one another's privacy. I should not be going through your phone. You should not be going in my phone. Okay, now, it's not because I have something to hide. It's just a respect factor. I still have privacy. I might be your wife. You might be my husband. But that phone is your phone. It's not Mary and Khalil's phone. It's Khalil's phone. Or it's Mary's phone. So if I want to use it, I should pay you the respect of asking you. My husband, and my husband's like this. He's like, well, babe, you know, you don't have to ask me. Your fingerprints in it. You know, you can use it, pick it up whenever you want it. I'm still going to ask because my parents, I was brought up that way. You know, you respect other people's things. You know, if somebody lets you use something once, that doesn't mean you have carte blanche and you can use it all the time without asking. No, every time you want to use that pencil, you better ask me if you can use it. Just because I let you use it the one time doesn't mean that you can continue to use it. I was okay with you using it that one time, but maybe I'm not okay with you using it today because maybe I need it because I want to use it for something. And, you know, like, no. So you need to ask, you know. And, yeah, I'll let you do it, of course. But you need to ask. You need to respect me enough to ask. It's still my pencil. You need to respect me. You know, that's still your phone. I'm not going to go through your phone and go through your stuff. If I take your phone and I'm going through your things and scrolling and everything, then I'm looking for something. And I know on my husband's phone I ain't going to find nothing, you know, that's going to incriminate him or piss me off. But I shouldn't be doing that. And I don't, because I trust him. And he don't do it to me neither. You know, we don't really use each other's phones, you know, but if we had to, it's okay. You know, if you can use my phone, I'm going to use your phone. I don't have nothing to hide. You don't have nothing to hide. We cool. It's fine. But I respect his privacy. He respects my privacy. You know, because even though we're married and we're, quote unquote, one, we're still two separate entities. I'm still Mary Elizabeth. He's still Khalil Gibran. We're still two separate people. And we have our own things. And we're entitled to have our own things. And whatever we want to share with each other, we will share with each other. Now, we do share our lives together. So in that sense, we are one. But we are still two separate entities. And that's the way it is. And I think that's what some people forget. But, you know, family is crazy. I'm just saying, you know, if you're going to get married, it's okay to get married. Just make sure you have those long talks of understanding, of understanding each other, of getting to know each other better before you say, I do. That's all I'm saying. Just make sure you do that. Right? Love you guys. Take care. Talk to you later.